So one of the things that nobody tells you about when you become a farmer is that during the winter you spend like 4 months doing very little because it's too cold, everything grows really slow. And then when spring comes, it's a major panic. Everything just speed up. You don't have much time to do anything. So for example, let me show you the cherry tree. So a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if you remember, the cherry tree was full of blossoms. And like, what, 3 weeks now? And look at that. There are cherries on them. And not just one or two, the whole tree, it's covered with cherries. I mean, this cherry tree, I said before, it does produce these tiny little kind of pink color cherry. You can see this one is turning pink in there. But they are just not very sweet. Luckily, they don't go to waste. There is usually a whole family of magpies that comes, and they will clean out the whole tree when they are ripening. So I don't have to worry about all the cherry dropping off on the floor. And let me show you what the peach tree looks like now. So again, this peach tree was covered in blossom just a few weeks ago, and now they are full of peaches. I mean, not all of them will become a peach, but last year I think we had about 100 from this peach tree, but they are just covered with peaches right now. So we had a couple of days of rain, and the soil is now nice and soft and moist. So I thought I would take the opportunity to transplant my garlics into the ground. Here's the garlic that I bought from the market, and I have kept them in these trays for a couple of weeks now. And as you can see, let me show you, the roots are pretty good. So what I'm doing is I am looking for the missing space in my onion patch, and I'm transplanting them into the ground while it's all nice and soft and wet. Okay, so I've transplanted all the onions in the ground now. There is one trick that the lady in the market has taught me to get bigger onions, is that once you transplanted the seedlings in the ground, you have to top the onion greens. So basically what it means is to cut the top off. You see that part there? So what I go do is cut this off, and this is the top bit. And obviously I would do the same with the others. This way you get bigger onions, and obviously these greens are not going wasted because onion greens are edible, and I will use these as a alternative to spring onion. So I'm gonna top all of these plants, and I'll see you in a second. So now I've got plenty of onion greens, which is perfect because I'm doing chicken tonight. They will go perfectly with stir-fried chicken. So it's a nice overcast day today, so I thought it might be a good idea to come out and do some planting. So what I'm doing right now is planting leeks into the ground because it's the right time right now. As you can see, I've already created these trenches in the ground for the leeks, and I'm planting them on top of the trench. And with leeks, I just want to show you, since I'm doing this, you want to take a really deep hole. And you know, when you buy leeks, you're really mainly eating the white part of the leek, the bottom. So by digging a deep hole, and when you plant them in, they create a bigger white part of the leek. Let me quickly just show you. Let me just, okay. Right, let me get one out. You see, this is the plant seedling I bought from the market, and it's really nice and roots. So I plant them deep like this, and then just gently cover them up, and I don't pack them in, so when the leek grows, it can expand and grow bigger without having to force the soil around it. So there it is. That's how you plant leek. And I'm going to continue and plant the rest of this tray and some of that tray into these two troughs. I think I've got more than enough space to plant all of them. So okay, so that's all my leeks planted in the ground. Normally you're supposed to water them after you plant them in the ground, but the soil is pretty moist already, so I'm not going to do that. And it looks like it's about to rain as well, so I'm going to let the sky do the watering job. All I need to do is get some straw and put it on top. It's been a few days since I checked the broad beans, probably 3-4 days, and I didn't realize how much they've grown. I mean, just look at them. They're so big already. Look at all these broad beans here. And I've just harvested a whole bucket of them. And there are still so many more. Look in there, there's so many of them. I think I will have to come out and harvest some more tomorrow. What I'm planning to do today is to harvest the cabbages. So these cabbages has been here since last winter. I was hoping that they would grow much bigger before I want to harvest them. But it looks like they are bolting already. Bolting just means the temperature is getting too warm and they're about to flower. And also some of them has got maybe cabbage worm, something's eating it. Anyway, so I don't think they will grow any bigger since they're going to flower. So today I'm going to harvest all of them. So even though they're flowered, as you can see here, they're coming up in the middle. The flower are edible, so this is not a waste. You know, it's still you can still eat it. Just need to be properly washed. So this one is my best one. You can see the size of it. So it's pretty decent size, considering it's purely organic. So look at that. So here they are, harvested. There are enough cabbage here for me to last for at least 6 months. I will clean them up, chop them into smaller pieces and freeze them. So I just weighed those cabbages and they all came to a total of 4.6 kilos.
Very nice.
So yeah, that's not bad at all. And now I'm going to harvest the broad beans because I didn't finish harvesting the other day, and I want to harvest them before they get too big and too tough to eat. There are definitely more than I can eat, so I will give some to my neighbors if they want any. So we'll see. Oh, it's so tiring harvesting broad bean, right? At the beginning of this episode, I was telling you how we don't do much during the winter time, and now that the springtime it's here, everything just grow exponential rate, and it's kind of a panic to put everything on the ground. I made these videos over a week, and if you remember when I show you the cherry tree, most of the cherries are green. Let me show you what they look like now. As you can see, there are a lot more pink on the tree now, and the birds are coming to pick them up. I mean, this happens just over the last 4 or 5 days. And within the next 2 weeks, all these cherry will turn red. I mean, I'm already getting magpies coming over to pick them up. And over the last couple of days, I already planted the lettuce in the ground. And look how healthy they look. So in a week or two, I will be able to start harvesting them. I've also planted all the beetroot in the ground, as well as sweet potato. For those who are new to gardening, you might not been told about forced spring. That's when, after the cold, you get 2 or 3 weeks of really warm weather. And during the day, you can get up to like 26, 27 degrees Celsius. And you probably think that's a great time to plant your tomatoes, your peppers, all the heat-loving plants in the ground. And then it turns out that, a couple of weeks later, the frost is still here, and the nighttime it goes below 10 degrees C. And if it doesn't kill all your plants, it will certainly stun your plant. But there is a good sign to know when is the right time to plant. your heat-loving vegetables in the ground. So one of the good signs to know when is the right time to plant your summer crop in the ground is to look at your winter crop. So these beetroot I planted over the winter, and they're all bolting. So they're all flowering. It's basically a nature sign to tell you that it's time to get rid of this. Make some space for your summer crops. Same goes with my golden beetroot. As you can see, they are bolting. As for my broad beans, I have been consistently harvesting broad beans in the last couple of weeks. I mean, it's looking a little bit sad now, as the period of broad bean is about to end, which means once I harvest the rest of the broad beans, I will have to pull all this plant out and make space for the new crops. And as for my Portuguese kale, yesterday I've learned that unfortunately once it's flowered, it means it's the end of the plant's life. So all these Portuguese kale have flowered. In a perfect condition, usually they can grow for 5 to 7 years. My Portuguese kale has been growing for 2 years because the soil is pretty dry and it's not the perfect condition. So, and over the past 2 years, these Portuguese kales has consistently provided me with food throughout the whole year. Like I was just harvesting them non-stop. So, I'm really pleased with it. But unfortunately, they have come to the end of their life. So the rest of these leaves won't get to waste. I will still be harvesting them and I will be eating them. Apparently they will be a little bit bitter than usual, but I don't mind that. I also want to quickly show you the grapevine. I don't know if you can see, the flowers are coming up and all that flowers will become grapes. Anyway, so I will end my episode here. Thank you for watching my videos, and if you enjoy my videos, I appreciate it if you can click like and subscribe. That will help my channel a lot. I will see you in the next episode.